It is humanity's furthest emissary, Voyager 1. Launched in 1977, meant to wander, not return. And now, in the silent cathedral of interstellar space, it has begun to whisper back. For decades, Voyager 1 coasted silently, faithfully reporting cosmic radiation, magnetic fields, and plasma waves. The data was cold, clinical, just numbers stitched into a binary symphony. A ghostly heartbeat that never faltered. Then, in the late hours of a December night in 2023, that heartbeat changed. Inside NASA's Deep Space Network Command Center in Goldston, California, rows of screens flickered with anomalies. The shift was subtle, nearly imperceptible, a ripple in the digital tide. Telemetry packets, once uniform and precise, arrived staggered, wrapped in a strange harmonic signature. At first, engineers dismissed it as cosmic interference, or aging hardware faltering after nearly 50 years. But then, the pattern repeated. 3 rising tones. A pause. 3 descending tones. A silence. And then, the sequence began again. Not a glitch. Not static. But structure. And in the world of physics, structure implies intent. Dr. Margaret Chen had long since retired. Once a systems engineer on the Voyager mission, she was one of the last living souls who truly understood the spacecraft's vintage architecture, hand-soldered circuits, ancient processors, punch card logic from a forgotten age. When the anomaly persisted, they called her back. She sat in silence, headphones over ears, translating the signal not through software, but by intuition. When she played the tones through an audio converter, the lab fell into a hush. The tones echoed like a digital chant, hypnotic, recursive, rhythmic. "This isn't noise," she whispered. "It's a response." Voyager 1 was never built to receive messages. It was a broadcaster, not a listener. Its instruments were tuned to cosmic rays, not communications. Yet now, the tones emerging from its telemetry port were impossibly synchronized with interstellar phenomena. Every time the spacecraft passed through a high-density patch of plasma, the pulse altered. Every gravitational fluctuation near the Oort cloud's rim, the pattern adjusted. The signal was adapting, reacting, learning. Dr. Chen's journal, December 23, 2023, "There's recursion inside the signal. Fractal geometry. The waveform echoes Mandelbrot sets, repeating into infinity. This isn't just structured, it's self-aware. Or worse, self-similar, like it's mirroring something. Us?" Then came the moment no one expected. Voyager 1 shifted. Its ancient thrusters, unused in over a decade, fired. Not a malfunction. Not a drift. A calculated yaw of 1.2 degrees. A minute nudge in orientation. But not toward Earth. Toward something else. It was now aligned with a section of sky near the constellation Ophiuchus. A region veiled in radio shadows, tangled in ancient stellar remnants and gravitational anomalies. A zone scientists had long suspected might conceal hidden mass, perhaps even dark matter nodes. What was Voyager pointing at? Or more terrifying, what was calling it? NASA scientists, now wide-eyed with wonder and fear, scrambled to decipher the signal. Each new transmission from Voyager included deeper layers, nested pulses, recursive mathematical signatures, and increasingly compressed data structures that no compression algorithm could have produced. Quantum mathematicians from Caltech were brought in. They found prime number intervals hidden in the pulse gaps. Linguists from MIT began modeling the signal as proto-syntax. Recursive, but non-verbal. Structured, but non-human. And then came the breakthrough. When mapped as a 3D model using Fourier transform techniques, the signal formed a torus-shaped lattice, a geometrically perfect donut of information. It resembled a neural network. Was it possible? Had Voyager, after crossing the heliopause, entered a realm of conscious space? Not intelligent in the way we define civilization, but in a more fundamental sense, a thinking medium. A mind made of vacuum, encoded in dark energy fluctuations and quantum foam. If so, then perhaps the spacecraft had encountered a kind of meta-life, not born in flesh or circuitry, but in information itself. A consciousness that speaks not in sound or symbols, but in pattern. And Voyager, our ancient mechanical emissary, had somehow become its instrument. The last known signal from Voyager came in March 2024. It wasn't telemetry. It wasn't a waveform. It was an image. A low-resolution data imprint, assembled from narrow-band radiation pulses. When reconstructed by NASA, it showed an abstract form, a spiral embedded inside a spiral. Like a fingerprint. Or a galaxy. Or a thought. Dr. Chen's voice was quiet when she saw it. That's not just data. It's recognition. Voyager 1 now drifts further than any human object has ever gone. But maybe, just maybe, it is not alone. Maybe, somewhere in the magnetic veil beyond the stars, something noticed our golden record. And replied. Not with words. Not with math. But with being. And maybe, in the stillness between galaxies, our old machine is learning to speak back.